So we've hit a problem. So after that shocker, we had a little bit of a problem.
You start falling a little bit out of love with these cars.
Hello and welcome to another Super Hondas video. This is part 2 of our chassis refresh of my Prelude, and we've been through some trials over the last 3 weeks, but we're back now to fit all the components. We had some problems sourcing some components last time, got the wrong ones, but now we've got everything together and we're ready to go. So let's get into it. So even though I've called this part 2 of the chassis refresh, actually really it's part 3, because as you will have seen if you checked out previous videos, and if you haven't, look at them, you'll see that we did a lot on this car, the lower suspension bushes and the trailing arm bushes, and also we re-rubbered all the sway bars as well. But I wanted to finish the job off, and this is what these 2 videos are about. Now, over the last 3 weeks, we've had everything off and painted things. Yeah, it's not perfect, but you know what? Everything's preserved now, and when we put it back in the car, it'll be looked after for a long time. Some people, these back plates, they literally rust off, and you just can't get replacements for them. So that's the object of doing that. We've done it on all 4 corners. Also, we've got some parts in the boot here, you'll see, which is the suspension arm fork. We've given those a lick of paint. We've got the covers for the rear brakes. Literally doing this with Hammerite and chassis and roll bar paint, which means that you don't have to go through all the primer and all of that, and it will hold the rust together, any surface rust, and it'll seal it all in for a good length of time. So we had some problems with the rear wheel bearing. We could only get one that was just slightly wider than the original part 1, so that causes a problem, but Alec has managed to get a circlip, a slightly thinned circlip into the groove, and now we've got the bearing replaced because we had a noisy bearing on the rear offside. That's been done. As you can see, we've got new lower ball joints on the rears as well. The fronts have been done too. I said in the last video we had problems with getting the upper control arm bushes, and we still had problems. So we had to go for another poly bush. This time it's Super Flex as opposed to Super Pro that we're in and that were cracked. The difference is that these have got stainless steel washers, and the tubes as well that the bolt runs through are also stainless steel, so that's good going forward. So as you can see, I've given this a lick of paint which will preserve it going forward. We couldn't get the bushes for these. We try as we may, nobody's ever reproduced them, and the reason for that is that Honda actually, they issued spares in the complete upper control arm assembly, and that's all you could get. And of course now you can't get them, and they'd be very, very expensive anyway. So we're with Superflex Polybush, and we'll have to live with that. I think they'll be okay anyway. If you remember in the last video, if you watched it, I was talking about getting the brake calipers refurbished, the fronts refurbished, the rears cleaned up. Actually, I've decided on a colour change. I realised that because the calipers weren't particularly special, they did look a little bit lost in red on there, so I've got myself now some silver painted ones, and they're going to look quite nice and clean, and of course they've all been refurbished and they'll be good to go for at least a couple of years. So Alec is just starting on the front near side and putting the lower suspension fork back in place. Just over here I've got a bunch of parts, and I've got parts diagrams that I've all set all out and listed, because previously we've actually been left with a bunch of parts and we've not known exactly where they should go. So now we've got a box of parts here to go at, and everything is labelled, and hopefully we're going to be putting them all in the right positions on the car and be left with either very little on or nothing at all. Yeah, it was the other side where it snapped off, but we're going to do both sides here. So we've hit a problem, and it's going to prevent us from finishing the car today. Unfortunately, if you look at these, here's the new one. Here's the original one. Now the rubber's pushed down on the new one. You can see that the shaft is completely different there. So even though these parts were details as being correct for the vehicle, they're wrong. So after that shocker, we're now going to continue reassembling this side and hopefully then get ourselves the right trap rod end. So we're going to have to come back and finish this off another time. So now we've got the discs on, freshly painted calipers on this side, all new bolts, washers, everything. Looking good. So with most things back in place, we've got the tie rod ends. I've just ordered another set and hopefully they're going to be the right type. And in the meantime, I'll have opportunity to clean up some of these other bits that we haven't been able to get to whilst we've been cleaning up everything else. So at least I'll have a chance to do that. Maybe put some paint on things. And then when we get the tie rod ends, we'll get those on. That'll have to be in a couple of weeks' time when we get them. And now we're doing a repeat on the front offside as well. Again, we'll have to leave it partially disassembled because we haven't got the tie rod ends, but we can get everything else back on. The ABS sensor over the years has slightly distorted due to rust, and we're just making some adjustments so we don't get a rub. And it sounds like we've managed to do it, or say we, Alec has managed to do it. Yeah, there's the right one. A lot of people use copper grease on this, but this is Be Quiet, which is apparently really good.
It's new.
Yeah, that one's new. Got new banjo bolts for refitting the brake lines. We had a little bit of a problem dripping from the banjo bolt connection, the line connection, so we've actually just taken it off and put some fresh washers in. Hopefully that's cured it. The washers, I think, were the wrong side, or there was paint on the caliper causing us a problem. Well, that's about the 6th or 7th time we've had that banjo bolt out and back in again. And, you know, with what's happening today, with us not having the correct tie rod ends, and this has caused us some problems. It should have just been a reassembly job. And you start falling a little bit out of love with these cars. But you know what? We'll get it solved. We'll eventually get it back together. And then suddenly I'll be in love with her again. Isn't that the way? We're now back on the near side doing the rear caliper here. We're still having problems with the banjo bolt on the other side, but we're going to try another set of washers there and hopefully we'll resolve that, and let's hope this goes straight forward. We're going to now top up the gearbox oil. We've got the original Honda MTF3 transmission fluid, which is always recommended.
Might not work.
Well, we've done as much as we can on the car today. Unfortunately, yet again, we're not able to finish it because we've got the wrong parts. We've also got a leaking banjo bolt on the rear right caliper. It looks like the caliper has been remanufactured at some stage and there's grooves. So we're going to get another set of copper washers. Hopefully we'll be able to fix that. And of course we've got the front tie rod ends, which I've got the wrong ones, and I've got a new set on order. So that brings the video to a conclusion. Hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, like it, and share as well. And hopefully we'll get it done in the next one.